Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 210 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
Finally, a topic worse than Cookie Run.
And we're your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by a listener named Joe, is The Last of Us?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The Last of Us?
What the?
What in the good God fuck is that? What in the cockamamie little cunt is that topic?
According to the Simple English Wikipedia, The Last of Us is a third-person survival horror action adventure video game made by Naughty Dog Studios and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. It was released for the PlayStation 3 on the 14th of June, 2013. The story is about two people named Joel and Ellie trying to survive different dangers. There's also a sequel called The Last of Us 2.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, great sequel. So I remember when Joe purchased this topic, or however the fuck he did. We'll get into that in a minute, but he chose this topic, and I remember thinking, well, this is the worst thing I've ever heard of in my life. Don't know this game. Can't imagine caring about this game. And this entire time been dreading it. And then this week, looking it up, and I actually watched some gameplay, and I realized that I actually have this game, and I've played it before, but I totally forgot. So when my memory is absolute dog shit.
No, it's just so funny that it's had such an impression on you that you've I played between 6 and 8 hours of this game and have no memory.
Well, to be fair, it was a lot less. So when I bought my PlayStation 4, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I don't know, it came with this game. This was The Last of Us Part 1 was just included in it. I guess the advanced high def or whatever the hell, I don't know, comeback version, whatever the hell they call it, because it wasn't the original.
Yeah,
it
was the back shots version. That's what it was.
Yeah. And I remember putting it on, playing, and the first 10 minutes, I'm like, wow, this is like a movie. And then I started playing, and I was like, oh, it's like the shittiest movie I've ever seen in my life. So it's like a movie that sucks and a video game that sucks, and it's together at last. Thank God.
Hey, you know what? At least you didn't pay for it, right? I mean, you paid for the system.
I technically did, yeah. So I literally, money was exchanged, and then the game, along with the console, was given to me. So who knows how the money was split up?
Goods and services. Yep. Well, yeah. Great. So you heard it here first, folks. Geiger loves this game, and he's actually really excited to do this episode.
I remember there was in the first 20 minutes or so, there was a scene where I guess Ellie, the girl or whatever, I had to get around a dumpster or something, and I couldn't figure out how. And I was like, fuck this shit. I don't like this game anymore. I just downloaded or Tetris or something. It reminded me of renting Bugsby or something in the early 90s, where you're like, you know what?
I don't know.
There's a platform I can't get around. I just spent $4 on this. I got it for the weekend because that's how you rented games back then. But I can guarantee you Sunday night, this game's going right back in that slot. Not even gonna think about it. But shove it right in there. Won't even care. Definitely no late fees on this piece of shit.
6 months later, you're looking at games. You're like, Bubsy. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
rented this one
that's a
before.
fun game. That could be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Yeah, so that was my experience of The Last of Us. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of nonsense online about it, which I'm guessing is why Joe chose this topic. Perhaps you have a more specific reason why Joe chose this topic.
Sure did. Joe wrote in, posts about The Last of Us are some of the most vile and mean-spirited posts I have ever read. Worse than the Last Jedi posting. This sequel broke people's brains big time. The game managed to get the Gamergate guys, the anti-SJW YouTube guys, and the Stormfront guys very upset all at once. It is a narrow topic, but I don't think you'll have any issues finding enough posts. I mean, you did an entire episode on the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes, we did. Jesus Christ, we really did, didn't we? Fuck. Can't imagine what that episode sounds like. Now, how did he choose this topic?
Joe purchased this topic over on reportthispost.com, where he pushed that buy topic button, put in his credit card information, and then sent us an email that said, please, I'd like you to cover the Last of Us video game series.
Wow.
Now, if you don't want to be like Joe and you'd rather stick around and help us out by putting money in our pockets every month, you can go over to Patreon and join the mod level for $10 a month. If you stay as a patron at that level for 3 months, you get to choose an episode topic, or you can join at the admin level at $25 a month. Then you get to pick an episode topic after 2 months, and you get a custom piece of artwork drawn by yours truly. Including with all that other stuff is the weekly bonus episodes and the full episodes of every single Report This Post topic that we cover.
Yeah, so for example, in this topic, you'll hear us stomach through about 20 to 25 minutes of this freaking topic. But there's going to be like a whole extra hour-ish of the episode of posts and God knows what, available only on patreon.com/reportthispost. You're going to want to do it, folks. It's only $5 a month at the lowest level. You can't afford not to do it. This is how as we found out, there's a lot of people that actually can afford not to do it.
And choose not, and just openly choose not to.
Straight up tell us they will not be doing that.
Yeah.
I've had several friends indicate that to me. They're like, hey, I like the show, will not be supporting it. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Love you like a sister. Yep.
Well, speaking of loving folks like a sister, there's going to be a whole bunch of that kind of stuff in this episode from memory serves me correctly. The characters in this video game, The Last of Us. So it's basically you got this guy, Joel.
Yeah.
Who's the like grizzled guy who's, your typical protagonist in a zombie movie kind of thing. And then you have this girl, Ellie. She's like 14 years old. He's like protecting her or something like that. And then they fight zombies all along the way. And then there's a bunch of drama.
Sounds about right. Yep.
And this is incredibly groundbreaking, apparently.
Is it not like a quick event game, like a quick time action? Like
that was what I hated about, because I want like video games to me, I just want to zone out, and there was too much stuff where I'd like move 7 frames. I was like, all right, you got to watch 13 minutes of video till your next hit a button. Like I'm like sous videing ribs on the stove. Like, all right. Like, let me go run to the liquor store real quick and I'll get back and maybe I can hit X and then hit the next fucking scene. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, I'll play Madden for 19 hours just throwing touchdowns and not even a thought crosses my mind. It's exactly what I need. There's a great story in a video game. What the fuck are you talking about? Give me blocks falling into holes. That's what I need, and I'm happy. All right? So
give me that Tetris and let's go.
Give me that Tetris and let's go. Is that what you were doing?
Nope, wasn't, but I'd like where you go. I'll do like the Dobie. Okay, folks, give me the blocks, boy, and free my soul. I got to put the L piece in that open hole. Okay.
And
And
and I'm gay.
yeah, that's I think that we'll stick with the original lyrics for that. The and I'm gay. Yeah. Great. Should we just go ahead?
Anyway, why don't we read some goddamn posts about this? What's it called? Oh, The Last of Us. That's right. Why don't we go ahead and read this fucking shit? Get this over with.
God damn.
We've already burnt too much time.
Someone went to Quora to ask, does The Last of Us 2 push a political agenda? Guy named John Curry answered, basically, yes. It features Ellie being gay, bigot sandwiches, Lev the trans boy, and Ellie's gay lover. Why are these things here? Because an artist doesn't write a story and the character just happens to be gay. They make a distinct choice in every aspect of the story, from the sexuality of the main character to offhand comments like, is she going to keep it? Referring to Ellie's pregnant girlfriend. Each statement is just a push of the agenda, which is to normalize LGBTQ stuff and abortion, apparently. Who can even perform an abortion in a zombie apocalypse? Is it consistent with the world? These aspects of the story take a backseat to the need of having an LGBT message. This got 17 upvotes, and a guy named Corey the Comic replied, damn, that's one way to tell people you're a shitty person.
Yeah, it is weird how many of these games are just like, yeah, all the stuff that's currently interesting in the on Twitter, we'll just put that a part of our game.
We're also going to do that. Yeah.
Which is actually very smart, because that's the people who spend the most time playing these fucking games. Are just the most annoying people on Twitter. So you might
the
as well just
most online people, sure. Oh boy.
Yeah. Just the most meme heavy communist pun screen named fucking people online. Just give them all the video game stuff. They're gonna play it the most. So
you got that anime avatar with the fuzzy hat with the sickle and hammer on it. Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
This game's for you, buddy.
Corey the Comic.
Corey the Comic. Yeah, I meant to look into him a little bit more. Yeah. Just being a stand-up comic on Quora, just answering stuff. That's pretty cool.
Corey the Quora Comic. So when he goes on stage, is he introduced as Corey the Comic?
I'm not
doesn't seem like a great idea.
No,
there's a bunch of other comics around.
Well, I'm not sure if he's going on stage, because his most recent answer was to a question: how much do DoorDash drivers make? He says, during the pandemic, I was making almost $2,000 a week. Now it's slowed down, and I'm lucky to make over $1,000.
Hey, you know what? That's actually pretty fucking good. But yeah, Court the Comic is not doing a lot of stand-up gigs around here. That's what I would guess. John Curry, by the way, also just sounds like a fake name.
Sounds like somebody from like a TNT drama series. Yep.
TNT, goddamn, I haven't thought about that in a minute. Are they still producing drama?
I think so. Yeah, that's the home of drama, isn't it? That one of them was.
And TBS is very funny, as Corey the Comic would know. Hey, I found this over on rawconfessions.com, one of our favorite websites over here at Report This Post podcast. I just finished playing The Last of Us Part 2 for the first time. I was a lot like Ellie, seeking revenge for what someone did to me. This was me for 3 years. My ex hurt me terribly. I became someone I wasn't meant to be because of him. I wanted my ex to admit what he did to me, but he never did. 3 years, I tried to get him to admit his abuse towards me, and nothing. I got angrier and angrier. I pushed people away. For the first time, I feel like my need for my abuser to admit his abuse is finally gone. It isn't worth sacrificing myself for this. He isn't worth sacrificing my sanity. I know that he will always hate me. I know that he will never change. But it doesn't matter now. I'm free because this game helped me realize that this pain isn't worth it. And my ex isn't worth it. And another anonymous user said, I love that game. So, hey, gang, Smooth Sack summer is slowly coming to an end. And if you haven't been scaping for the summer sun, it's not too late to sweep your sack of those pesky pubes. As summer winds down and autumn approaches, keep your boys clean and fresh just in time for Fresh Ball Fall. The leader in below the waist grooming is here to make sure your pubes feel smoother than a beach ball.
Oh, boy.
Start the new season the right way and join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code REPORT20 at manscaped.com.
Hey, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep your jewels bejeweled. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your precious goodies. Their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch that can engage a travel lock, and it gives you the ability to turn on a 4,000K LED spot when needed for a more precise shave. And this bad boy is waterproof.
That's right, gang. Now that your sack is smooth, lather up with Manscaped's liquid formulations to get that fresh ball fall freshness. The Crop Preserver ball deodorant keeps your pumpkins from going rotten.
Great.
The soothing aloe vera formula is the best in the business for below the waist freshness, and the clear drying formula keeps your sack looking and smelling good. Your girl won't care about her pumpkin spice lattes when she's got your pumpkins to enjoy. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, which is the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag that'll bring your comfort to another level at home and on the go.
Keep yourself groomed from head to toe with their Shears 2.0, a luxury nail grooming kit. This kit includes stainless steel nail cutters, tweezers, and grooming scissors. With the Performance Package, your balls will be ready to impress, but make sure you cover the rest with the Shears 2.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code REPORT20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code REPORT20 at manscaped.com. Keep things smooth and fresh as we say sayonara to smooth ball summer and enter fresh ball fall.
Some different approaches to the game.
Sure. Yeah. This game, this game really struck a nerve with me, made me feel like a strong, independent woman. Yeah, me love play game. Me love it so much.
I hit buttons and then they move on screen.
Yeah,
and the colors and lights and sounds hit my body, and then I love it.
My ear eye hole love video game. Yeah. Go to therapy, I would say. If the video game is if playing a video game helps you come to terms with your bad relationship, that's not good. Don't like shouldn't happen. I don't think that's right.
No.
Boy, that stinks. All right. Well,
yeah, I mean that's just how it's gonna happen. That's just what modern day is now.
What it is.
It's gonna be, hey, I found out my husband cheated on me from TikTok or whatever. It's gonna be shit like that. Yeah, caught my boyfriend blowing a guy because of his LinkedIn posts or whatever. it's just how it is these days. It's just modern reality.
All right, I'm gonna have to look to see if anybody ever caught husband
actually
blowing
shared
a guy
a picture
on
of
LinkedIn?
themselves blowing their best butt. You want
to know?
A guy that owns a drop ship t-shirt company accidentally posted a picture of himself blowing his buddy Rick.
Yeah, he accidentally attached it to one of those posts. Like, do you know how I wake up every day at 4 a.m. because I know I want to grind and I want to live my life the way I want to.
Yeah. And
grainy picture him blowing a guy.
So just come all over his face. just like whoopsie daisy.
So it's like it's just getting a lot of care and upvote reacts or whatever the hell they do over there. I don't even know. Good for Rick and his lover and their dropship business where they get a bunch of stuff from AliExpress.
Yeah, they came up with a great idea. What if they sold T-shirts with fun graphics on them? Can you imagine? Wow, what a brilliant! They're going to make millions doing that.
And they're going to call it Spencer's Gifts.
There's 75,000 guys right now are thinking that's how they're going to become rich. That's very funny.
Getting poorly.
What if I sold clever T-shirts?
Getting poorly translated T-shirts to sell. Good luck, fellas.
Yeah, hey. You're going to trick somebody. It's just only going to be like 4 people is the problem. So you're going to make
and yourself $32 going to be one of them.
Yeah. And then that's it. You got a storage unit chock full of T-shirts you don't know what to do with.
And you'll never get rid of them. And it's all your fault. And that's why your wife left. Hey, America the Brave posted this over on Game Facts. Finally ready to give this game a shot because, well, why not? Especially since I've been good at avoiding spoilers so far. If I don't like it, I can always sell it or whatever. I played the first one, but only like once, like 6 years ago. I'm confident I remember all the main story beats. How much SJW propaganda is in this game? I can overlook some, but if it's too much, it might hamper my enjoyment. I know Ellie's a lesbian. That doesn't bother me. I'm talking more than that. User Heartfang commented, unless you consider LGBT people existing propaganda, then there really isn't any. To which Dirt-Based Soap quoted that and added, well, they shouldn't exist. And it's probably worth noting that Dirt-Based Soap's signature over there on Game Facts is #1 fan of the Adam Friedland Show. So an active user currently.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Good timing is we just purchased tickets to go see the live on stage the producer of the Adam Friedland Show here in a couple months here in Tampa. We're excited to see that guy, whatever his name is. Can't picture his name. Yeah, yeah, that's a pretty good bit. I gotta say, even like for the OP America the Brave, like he wants to know about the SJW propaganda, but he's actually like forgiving the fact that one of the main characters is a lesbian. Like to me, if you're like against, quote unquote SJW propaganda, that should be like a #1 with a bullet, right? But he was like, yeah, I don't even care about that. Well, you're forgiving that already. Maybe you can forgive the other shit.
Well, lesbians are cool though. Lesbians are hot. Remember when lesbians were really hot? That was how cool that was.
Yeah, like Rosie O'Donnell. Hell yeah. Yeah, imagine that.
Her
that
and Ellen
squatting on your face. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Hot, yeah. When
We've
I think
all
of
pictured it.
Hot lesbian, I think of Rosie.
I think of just the most hot bitchin', big fat tits on Rosie. She would throw that koosh ball around. Did you ever watch that show? No. All right, we got to move on. We're talking about Rosie O'Donnell's daytime TV show from 1997.
No.
We got to get out of here. We got to just end the show now. We're reposting. Anyway, I found this article. It's along the same lines as that. It's from the website inverse.com.
Okay.
The Last of Us Part 2 is a controversial game, and much of that controversy has been fueled by bigotry toward developer Naughty Dog's foregrounding of LGBTQ plus and gender nonconforming characters. However, the game's decision to dead name a transgender character, Lev, played by trans actor Ian Alexander, has also prompted condemnation from members and allies of the LGBTQ plus community. In a game already dealing with fabricated controversy from the far-right corners of the gaming community and relative silence on why the developers chose to portray these issues in this manner, The Last of Us Part Two's actually legitimate dead naming controversy reveals that even progressive developers have a long way to go. Lev is an adolescent who befriends Abby during her treacherous adventure in Seattle. Lev has been kicked out of his religious community known as the Seraphites for shaving his head and identifying as male. The game drops some pretty clear contextual hints about Lev's identity, but during a confrontation with some Seraphites, they angrily refer to Lev by their dead name. How have players responded? Quote, I'm not going to pay $60 for a game that mistreats dead names and abuses trans characters, RPG site contributor Kazuma Hashimoto said on Twitter. Quote, it doesn't matter how dark, grim a setting is, that's unnecessary. Developers need to understand what kind of player will feel good about that kind of violence directed at trans people.
Sure.
So
Yeah. Let's go ahead and don't play it, I would say.
So you got a game where guys are getting their heads blown off. There's graphic sex. There's blood and gore and everything. But someone just calls someone a different name, and apparently that's a big deal. And by the way, another problem is the article said how else players responded, and then they just quote one person, and then that's the article. Like you can just write an article about that.
Sure, yeah. Inverse.com, huh? And the fact, I don't know, man.
I'm guessing it's some sort of gay thing or something. I don't know.
Oh, because being gay is inverse. It's what, illegal?
Inverse
to you?
Of good,
of what's normal.
Good. Yes. Well, yeah, that's literally what I'm saying. Actually, I don't know what this is. Inverse. Let's go to the about on inverse.com. Inverse is the coolest place to get smarter. We explore the science of anything. Innovations are shaped tomorrow. This sounds like a. You know what? This does sound gay, but not in the way that we were originally thinking. Sounds like just an awful website.
It's just standard run of the mill gay, not a LGBT gay. Okay, gotcha.
Sounds awful. Oh God.
They got it. Got to get those clicks somehow.
Oh, they have a sophisticated gamer section of the website.
Cool. Well, good luck to the guys over guys with a Z over at inverse.com. I hope they're having a good time.
Oh, 21 years ago the GameCube came out. I don't like to hear that. That's not a number I want to hear with that. Oof. 21 years. God damn.
Hey, go join us for our GameCube episode, everybody. It's we're gonna have the 22nd anniversary for that next year. So some blue checkmark dunst named Laura Kate Dale tweeted out, the fundamental difference between The Last of Us 2 and Deadly Premonition 2, both games with trans characters who get misgendered and dead named, is that in The Last of Us 2, those who dead name and misgender are portrayed as villainous for that, and the protagonists are always respectful. The Last of Us 2 made sure the characters you're meant to empathize with respect the name and pronouns of the trans character and use the right language regarding them. Deadly Premonition 2 lacks that protagonist who gets things right as contrast. The Last of Us 2 is far from perfect, but is a big step ahead of Deadly Premonition 2 in this regard. To which guy named Jake Bros 2.
Same topic.
Yeah. Jake Bros 2 replied, slurs do not make you an awful person worth killing and isn't a very villainous thing. If the worst thing about your villain, which is the first thing you think about them, is they said a bad thing and not they did a bad thing, I don't know what to tell you. By that logic, would it also be okay for the villains to call someone retarded? Probably, yeah.
It'd be a interesting game.
Don't judge me by the slurs I say, but by my actions, not by my words.
This is all very retarded. I gotta say, all this nonsense. What is everyone talking about?
Yeah, so this video game is better because when they dead name the trans person, those people get killed, and then this other one they don't. So,
yeah, yeah. the trans population is still like incredibly small, but it seems like every video game has to have some sort of trans thing going on these days. And that's when you do that, you're just opening yourselves up to all sorts of disasters on the internet. In some corners,
somebody's gonna be mad at you no matter what your take on it is.
Someone's gonna make they're gonna do the thread emoji when they talk about you. And once you see that, you're like, fuck. God damn it. We did so much testing on this, and then someone just like, we gotta unroll a thread about the problems with the Naughty Dog. Oh fuck. Spent like $7 million on the trans programming on this fucking game.
Oh, that would have been a good somebody asking if the trans character was programmed by a trans person. That would have been good.
That's where we're at next, certainly, and I can't wait. I can't wait for that discourse because it'll be very retarded. This was posted on the subreddit r The Last of Us 2. Why the fuck does new Ellie have so many folds on her face? Naughty Dog is way overdoing facial details to justify the remake. Sarah, Tess, Ellie, Marlene, everyone are looking like fucking grandmas. Here's some comments. Lazatron said, they're trying way too hard to look realistic by including unnecessary details. To which player 89283517 said, it's not even realistic. I've never seen a 14-year-old girl have that many wrinkles. And Vin Landler said, those lines next to the corner of her mouth are called marionette lines. Here's what the definition of those lines are. Quote, marionette lines are facial wrinkles that occur with natural aging. The lines run vertically between the mouth and chin, which can also create sagging in the lower half of your face. These types of wrinkles tend to develop by your 40s, but you may start seeing signs of them in your 20s and 30s. End quote. And then they said, it's objectively impossible for Ellie to have those wrinkles. So, a couple cool dudes dissecting the wrinkles on the teenage video game characters' faces.
It is a bizarre nitpick, but but these are bizarre people. So,
yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, just
well, like, here's my main problem is like I've saw this week with all these posts, seen so many people talk about realism in this game or whatever. And my thing is these games are nowhere near realistic. They just never can be because they're CGI video games and every character looks like a dead-eyed shark just staring at the screen. It's supposed to be this like incredibly in-depth, like you're just like, oh my god, I can't. I'm basically watching a movie while pressing buttons on my control, and then they're just like these ragdoll characters, just moving their slack jaws on the screen with just awful voice acting. You're like, wow.
Yeah, I watched incredible. A couple clips of this just to kind of get a sense of what was going on. It's like, man, this is not.
Yeah, it's like it's the most incredible video game acting you've ever seen, but the shittiest movie acting you've ever seen because they haven't figured it out how to meet the two. So it's like, okay, look, it's just you got to understand you're playing a shitty B movie video game. Who cares if the teenage girl has too many wrinkles or whatever the fuck you're talking about?
Like who's taking the time to realize that? Yeah, man, whatever. You know what? And good for them. Good for them. That's a lot of fun.
They don't have much else going on in their life, so I guess they must be doing pretty good if this is their big issue. Because like people with actual problems would never even consider posting about this shit.
No, they just let the actual problems fester until they just have major life issues, and then you know what? More video games. That'll solve it.
All right, we're going to stop right here because we're going to finish the rest of this episode over on patreon.com/reportthispost. That's right. If you enjoyed this first 20-ish to 30-ish minutes of the episode, you'll be happy to know that there's about an hour extra of this one over there on patreon.com/reportthispost. Head over there, and all you got to do is subscribe for $5 a month. You'll get every single full episode with dozens of more posts a month, plus an additional bonus episode every single week. Unbelievable. This is literally millions of posts that we read on the air every single month. Possibly billions. I have not counted. In fact, I can't count. I'm actually illiterate as well. But irregardless, patreon.com/reportthispost, and we'll see you over there, and God bless.